Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bitter Games in the building. What it is. Okay. Bonus. I'm going to be real. This is a bonus episode. Bitter Games TV presenting Citizens Neighborhood Watch. Citizens Neighborhood Watch. Spark. Ideas spark. I gotta jump at some things. International break. Maybe it's because there's no real football to be thinking about, to be watching. The creative juices are flowing. And Citizens Neighborhood Watch is going to be a one and only show. Not a one and only show, but it's going to be one of hopefully many shows that address our community and really make sure that we as citizens are watching and making sure that our community is healthy and safe. And we got to deal with some of the neighbors around us. Let me do this. And I do this every time. First things first, my peoples come first. And shout out to my peoples. Shout out to all of you in the comments, the likes, the views. I appreciate it. If you're new, you know what you got to do. Look for that subscribe button, sub. Look for the like button, hit it. Notification button so you know when I'm live. Get at that. And on top of that, there's other shows that drop. We got Why Always Me. You know what it is. And we've got City Intelligent Agendas that we run on Sundays at 9 p.m. UK time. All right. But first things first, we got to do this proper. I'm going to shout out the first in the building with regards to comments. My guy, FIFA in the building. He goes, yo, still got that 7-Up going. We will not let them forget about it. Carson the GOAT. Carson is the GOAT. He will be needed later in the season. FIFA, I'm with you. Carson will have to be relied on later in the season. And my guy, Mancunian Way in the building. I see you. I sent out the link within the group chat. Anyone free to join. The invite is there. More than welcome. But we have everything on screen right now. So let me get to it. You saw by the thumbnail. You see by the standings. We're going to have a proper convo. We're going to have a serious convo here. Citizens Neighborhood Watch right now, we're going to be looking at the neighbors across the street. We're going to be looking at Manchester United. All right? Ten Hag and Manchester United's fear, real fear of losing top four. Rashford's injury, is it by design? Is it a concern? Is it an injury to make sure that he is rested and out of this international break? Neighborhood Watch, we're going to be talking about it. Now, let me put a couple of things that we got to be aware of. Ten Hag and Manchester United are scared. They have to be scared. They can try to put on a brave face. They can try and be confident in the sense that they don't have their eyes on that rear view mirror, or they're not checking their side mirrors to see what's happening behind them. You can believe that if you may. And I see Mancunian Way in the building. Thanks for being on the show, man. We're going to get right into it. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man.
I hear you loud and clear.
Sorry, mate. I'm driving. Well, nope. I have to come and join. I might lose my signal for a couple of minutes, but I'll be back.
Not a problem. If I see you, I'll bring you up. No worries. Perfect. I'm the first tag, and actually let me edit this background real quick. But the first tag is Ten Hag and Manchester United are scared. They have to be scared. And again, scared is a real thing. You've heard it a lot throughout this season, right? You've heard claims that City are scared of Arsenal. You've heard claims that the rest of the league are scared of United if they get Qatari money and awakening a sleeping giant or dragon, whatever they want to call themselves. They're actually devils. But the devil is always around. They've always been around. This new money is not going to change anything other than they're going to continue to spend frivolously and not have any concerns about the ramifications or the issues with regards to their spending. But that's not what I'm dealing with today. Today, we're going to address the fact that this top four, or for them being top three, is not a lock. It is far from being a lock, and they have fears. So much so with the fears that they want to ensure that Rashford is rested. They want to ensure that Rashford is rested for this international break so that he can come back and be healthy and ready to go and power through the remainder of the season. They're so scared and understand that this where they are in the standings is not guaranteed. There are some hitters behind them. And the fixtures that are coming through the pipeline are a real concern, a real reason for there to be fear, for them to be scared. All right, let me go to these comments real quick. We got Dudley in the building. You know what it is. Hi, Vader. FIFA goes, start Carson up front. We'll deal with that, but not today. FIFA, not today, my guy, not today. Blue Heart goes, hello, Vader. Are we undercover with the CIA? We're not undercover, but to have a safe community, to have a safe neighborhood, you not only need the work and the efforts of law enforcement or officials, but you also need the community behind things. You need a community watch. You need one neighbor looking out for the other neighbor. And in this case, citizens need to watch for these Manchester United. We need to watch them. We see them across the street. We see what's happening. And we're just going to talk about it. Blue Heart also goes on to say, Man U sleeping football mafia. Let the CIA get on their case. Blue Heart, I see the wordplay and I like it. Exactly right. Let me also check out. We got Beep in the building. Beep goes, as Antonio Conte said, top 4 is equivalent in accomplishments to winning the Prem League. For some, and I hear you on that one. Conte, man, that was a monstrous press conference. But this is what we really have to address. And let's break this down scientifically. I hear Martin the way. Martin, you want to chime in?
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm back now. I said my signal was disappearing.
Yeah, no worries.
So ask me anything you want, mate.
Okay, perfect. I'm just cleaning up this background. Let me take that off screen. Let me do that. All right. So this Ten Hag, Manchester United are scared because of this top 4. And let's be clear. There's nothing guaranteed. There's nothing locked with the level of competition that's happening in the league right now. I see you, Daniel. Oh, my bad. I see you, Daniel. There's nothing guaranteed. We look at the standings real quick, and I know that the image with Rashford right there with his injury that's allowing him not to participate in the international league. But you know what that does? That allows him to be rested. That allows him to recharge that battery. Because what was the thing that was often said with regards to United and their players? They played so many games, right? Like Martin, they were saying that they were in so many competitions that the games were piling up. I think.
Yeah.
I think that
they're on for the treble. Don't forget, they're on for the treble.
They're on. You said the treble. Do you want to correct?
No, sorry. They're on for our treble. We're on for the treble.
Yeah.
They're on for our treble. But by the way, you think on Rashford? Do you know what I love? Anything you can do, we can do better. After today's news. And by the way, anyone who genuinely thinks Haaland is injured, get over. It was our own physio that was over there with him. I love it. It's the best thing. I'm loving it.
He's spilling the beans. Blue Shan goes, this international break turned out to be a blessing for Haaland's recovery. It has been. He's going to get a chance to rest up. He's been playing amazingly. The load management that the league's been doing has been spot on, perfect. But I want to definitely point this out because the top 3 isn't locked up. You look at the standings, and yeah, Arsenal's covered up. Manchester City's covered up there, but you can see that Arsenal 69 points, City 61 points. We know there's a game in hand, but United at 50. United at 50 points, and then you see Tottenham as
top 2 are. Top 3 is.
Top 2's locked up. You're saying top 2's locked up. Top 3 isn't, and I agree. Top 3 is not locked up. Top 3 has an incredible amount of teams, all within striking distance of each other. And yes, there's going to be some variation with regards to games in hand and things of that nature. But the same way as it relates to City and Arsenal, these games are hugely important. And there's absolutely no guarantees. There's no guarantees on whatever said to be 3 points or anything like that. But let me point this out. 50 points for United, 49 points for Tottenham, 47 points for Newcastle. And yeah, there's a drop off with regards to Liverpool, Brighton, and Brentford. But the reason why this is concerning, the reason why there's fear with United is because those teams are part of United's upcoming fixtures. Those teams will play a part, will play a factor, can do the often said, the 6-pointer type game. You gain points, and obviously you take points away from your direct rival in a sense. United will be playing against, and I'm gonna put the fixture list up a little later, but I want to point this out. This top 3 for United is not a lock, and that's why the fear. That's why there is the concern. That's why there's this emphasis to keep Rashford home, healthy, and not playing in this international break. I want to quickly point this out on the screen here. Blue Heart goes, remember when we all had to feel sorry for Liverpool? Now the swamp are pulling the same victim sympathy card. Blue Heart, this playbook, this underdog sympathy playbook, I don't like it. I don't like it. And Blue Heart, you're absolutely right. We always see it on the opposite side. We always see them throwing that out. I'm tired of it. It's old. It's stale. FIFA goes, he'll score 3 times versus Poole, if not Carson. FIFA, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. Let me see what else we got. We got Dr. Footy in the building. Physio really a double agent. Told Norway we ain't gonna make it. It only to be told it ain't serious until it's too late. City finessing countries again. I don't know, Doctor. I think everything's on the up and up. We proper evaluations, proper trust. Like I read, Holland thought the little knock would have passed. It didn't, and it's better to be cautious than to do anything and stress it. So I'm with that. I understand that. Dr. Footy, I see that. Blue, isn't it now top 5 now for Champions League place? See, I've asked that question, and I'm not sure if it takes an effect 2023/2024. It may take effect 2024, but I'm not too sure of that. But nevertheless, there's also significant differences in terms of earnings based off of your rankings. FIFA actually thinks he thinks next year, but we're not too sure. Daniel goes, they hold 6 if we met them in the final. Woo! Let's chill. We're gonna talk about those things. A lot of things coming up. Martin had to drop real quick, I think, based off of his network. But let me also point this out. If Rashford isn't healthy, it's a real problem. It's a real problem for United because this injury comes at a terrible time. This injury also puts incredible stress on the remainder of the team. Rashford has scored, I believe, 14 goals in the league. 14 goals in the league already. And he's been so important, right? He's been so important for them, whether it's being the first to score or scoring game winners, right? He's been critical, not taking anything away from him. So the emphasis, the importance, the stress for him to be available is right there. Rashford is needed for the first game after the international break. And let's put the international game on here. Let me put that up on screen. Let's see here. We'll click here. Right after the international break. I don't know if that shows up on screen right there. But you have them playing at Newcastle. And the reason why Newcastle is important is because you saw where they were on the standings. These are clubs that are going to be vitally fighting for their position, fighting to be in that top four, or essentially to be in that top three, to be a lot more comfortable. Newcastle fighting for them. Brentford, I mentioned, that's the next team that they play 3 days later. 3 days later. And also, I think I put this on screen, or maybe I talked to it, but 50 points to 42 points, that's third to eighth. All right? That's 8 points. That's 3 wins. So important to note. And if United fans are, I mean, the way they were talking early, they thought top 3, that's a lock. Don't even have to worry about it. We got this Caribou. We got this cup. Now let's move forward on what's next, right? Europa, they're looking at, right? FA Cup, they're looking at. Opposite order. But you see what I'm saying? They've already kind of concluded, yeah, we're going to be top 4. Not so fast. Ten Hag is stressing because he needs this top 4. This top 4 is key. And top 5 is, again, for how the season started, top 5 would not be a good finish. Don't know if it's a guarantee with regards to Champions League. We'll have to look that up. But it still would be an embarrassment to drop to 5th. Can't afford that. Oh, you made me oh, caught me on that one. Dr. Footy goes, sorry, but the Rags think they are getting Bellingham, like they need another reality check. We know how, hey, Citizens Neighborhood Watch, we know how United fans carry on. We know how they are. All right, they're going to be delusional. They're going to be thinking they're getting Bellingham. Let them be. They think they're getting everybody. FIFA goes, good. Let United rot. He wants them to rot. Not mad at seeing that. Beep goes, can they even counter without Rash? Great question. A lot of their offense feeds through Rashford. Take away. You know what? Let me put this on screen. Let me go back. And I'm not sure, Martin. Let me point this out to you, and you might already be aware of this. But if it not for Rashford, if it not for a still questionable non-offside call for United, instead of being at 50 points, they would be at 47 points. And at 47 points, they would be tied with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Huge.
You can look at a lot of them games. Do you know the funny thing is with United? Name me a game recently they played well in.
They have been squeaking by. I agree with you. They haven't been looked the dominant team. They haven't been looked like whatever this Ten Hag football is supposed to be. They haven't looked like the team that's in control.
Look at Fulham. If Fulham had a set, if Fulham had had a set, they'd have beat them. If the referee had a set in the first half, unlike the second half, they would have had penalties. Listen, I'm not excusing what Mitrovic did. Mitrovic, what he did was disgusting and he deserves the ban. But all we're asking for is a level playing field. Bruno Fernandes does it to the linesman. It's all right. Nothing said. Casemiro, and this is my thing on Casemiro. Everyone goes on about, I sit listening to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Casemiro's the great history player. Go back to Real Madrid. Manchester City used to play Real Madrid quite often, and we have done. Casemiro did a scissor tackle. I think it was on KDB about 4 years ago. That could have quite easily snapped the guy's leg in half. Casemiro has been doing challenges like this for years. All of a sudden now, it's pick on United. No. You got away with one with Sabitzer against Leicester. I don't understand the rhetoric because United have the nerve, the gall to say they're being picked on.
You know what drives me crazy? What absolutely drives me crazy, and maybe it's more infuriating because it's United, but they will yesterday or last week or last month see something that doesn't happen or happens in their favor versus their opposition. And then it could be the next week, the next day, when it then happens to them, they're crying and bawling out unfair treatment, inconsistencies. Like, come on, let's be real, man.
But they were
Understand.
all laughing after the derby. It was all a
They
big
were
laugh. Remember,
hysterical.
me and you went on a space, and we got, and hey, here's the best thing that I'll never get out my head. We deserved to win because our XG was higher than yours.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was. I remember that after the
What?
derby. It was absolutely ridiculous.
What? United fans have become. Do you know what gets why? And I can remember this, and Blue Heart will remember this. Sorry, Blue Heart, I'm showing your age here. I remember when United fans used to say, "We hate Liverpool because all they talk about is the past and history and how they moan, and everything doesn't go their way."
Yeah.
And they've not even realised they've become exactly what they hated. They become what they hated. They moan about referees and they get all the decisions. They even get bent lines drawn for them by VAR. But what we're doing now, it's like a 12-year-old with a marker drawing the lines for VAR. That's what it looks like.
We need that independent. We need that independent reviewer within the league. We need that independent. Let me point out and shout out to Red Devil Studios. I see you, my friend. I'm gonna shout out your comments. Shout out your channel. Yes, this is Citizens Neighborhood Watch, but at the same time, Red Devil, we have some good combos. Red Devil Studios goes, at the end of the day, there are decisions that go in your favor and those that don't. That's what happens in football. Yes, I agree. Red Devil. That is what happens in football. However,
statistically, that's wrong.
Martin's got some stats. We won't get into it. But however, the amount or the level that you cry foul, and maybe not you in particular, but many of you, is really cheeky, as Blue Heart mentions. It's very cheeky how some of you guys move. I think I also missed a comment from you earlier. You go, LOL. You can focus on the things that benefit your team and ignore the rest. Yep, that's true. I am okay with you ignoring the rest. But there's some of you that want to point at us. You want to point at us when things happen in our favor. It's not like you're ignoring them. You're drawing attention to them. So now we have to bring the equal energy. If you guys just got the things in your favor, they just so happen to be, okay. But when you're then pointing out and pointing the finger, when you're pointing the finger this way, guess what? These three fingers point right back at you, Red Devil. Tell your fan base to relax. Sorry, Mark.
Listen, people are saying I've got salt. I ain't got a no salt. I'm going to give you a little stat now. Question for everyone: which team in the Premier League has had the worst VAR decisions against them, or non-VAR decisions where we've not been given them? It's not got to VAR. Which team do you think that is?
Great question.
I know. So you know the answer.
I have a huge belief in the answer. I can't happen to prove it just yet, but
I can. A table out there that shows it.
You've heard it.
It was on ESPN last week. Manchester City are top of the decisions of not getting them.
Wow. Statistically shared from
a
publication,
there you go.
ESPN clearly comes out. And you know what? Again, here at Citizens Neighborhood Watch, why would we be surprised at that? We know that they're all against us. We know that it's not a feeling. It's not a belief. It's an understanding. We know that they're against us. So to then learn, and statistically, like Martin mentioned, ESPN sharing that most non-VAR decisions in terms of being accurate and benefiting the team, right, with regards to its accuracy, has most hindered Manchester City. That's not surprising. It's not surprising at all. I see.
Do we moan?
No. We accept it. We've been accepting it from time. Honestly, I made it a point to just continue to put out those examples with regards to what happened in that Manchester United derby. But at the end of the day, I was like, I know what it is. Now we move past it and we expect it to actually be the same. Let's win the game on the pitch because we're not going to get any favors. Beep goes, that's Rashford's non-VAR call affecting Akanji will forever be I think you want to say embezzled on my mind, or embedded on your mind. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm never going to forget that.
Worst decision I've ever seen in football. Worst decision I've ever seen in football.
I was kind of past it, but Martin, I think if you remember, and those of you that it wasn't on my channel with regards to the post review, it was actually on the Mancunian Way. I was angry for the entire night. I think that was the night I took my daughter to a party, and I was literally still heated and angry in the parking lot, just waiting when we were going over the post match. Let me go these comments. I want to continue going. Red Devil goes, I believe everything balances out. Also, you have to understand, United have one of the biggest fan base in the world. Of course, other fans complain about the decisions that go against them. Okay, so the size of your fan base is why it's so. Why I see it everywhere on my timeline. Why it seems to be something to always be talked about. And at the same time, Red Devil, I'd be cool. But because your fan base still has the same energy, and like I said, they want to point fingers, then I'm like, come on, man, come on.
It's because they have idiots like they have the idiots like Goldfish, who has a 1.5 million subscribers, who whatever he says becomes fact. Sadler.
Well, I agree with you. FIFA goes, still no Bayern tickets on sale. Okay, FIFA's looking for that. All right, we got time though. It's still the international break. You got some time. Daniel goes, why are we talking about referees? It's genuinely boring. Referees are ish in general. For everybody, we don't complain when hand or rod happen. Let's talk football. I agree. At the moment, Daniel, you're exactly on. When decisions like that happen to us, and I know you've heard it from me, I know you've heard it from Martin, and you would have heard it on even the ecosystem with regards to the True City fan and pitch points. We say, we got one. We'll say, you know what? That was a missed call, or that was in our favor. We accepted to move on because at the same time, to shout out to Red Devil, we know that there's going to be calls against us, and there has been calls against us. So we take it and we move. But I hear you, Daniel. I hear you. Blue Heart goes, add to that halfway through the season, they throw in charges to effect, and the agenda get deeper. It goes on. Hey, we know. There was a cycle where every Champions League, when we got down to the knockout stages, things would pop up with negatively media-wise with regards to City. Every time. We know that there's a concerted effort against us, and that's why we stay true. We've been talking about this. And we're going to get into some ball, and I want to continue to talk about this top four. Red Devil goes, Bar Arsenal have had the worst VAR decisions go against them. The offside goal when they didn't draw the line. Come on. The offside goal when they didn't draw the line, as they claimed, was poor. However, the Arsenal offside goal versus the United non-offsides. Come on, Red Devil. Come on, man. Come on.
And by the way, can I just add on that? Sorry, jump in. Arsenal got an apology. Arsenal got an apology off the PGMOL.
Very true.
I'm still waiting for our apology from Old Trafford. Still waiting for this apology to come out because it's never coming.
I know. We will be waiting. Blue Heart goes, Goldbridge is more like Goldfinger, a loser. You know what? I hear you. We see what he does. And once you understand, once you can see what the motivation is or what the consistency is with regards to this personality online, then you don't have it affect you. And again, that's why us, Citizens Neighborhood Watch, we have to come together and we have to dismiss, we have to challenge, we have to then counter a lot of that. And that's also why the CIA came together. CIA intelligent agendas. We came together for just that, counterintelligence, counter agendas, but coming from a point of smarts, of actual fact, right? Now, we go back and we look at this real quick. Let me go back to this. Without Rashford, that's 14 goals taken away from them. 14 goals taken away from what they've tallied so far this season would drastically impact them like anybody would. He's their top striker. Now, I think that they have strategically found an injury with regards to Rashford. He's got a knock. He's going to sit things out because, like I said, this push for the next remainder of United is going to be huge. This is going to be a short show. I don't want this to be too long. Honestly, I don't enjoy talking about United that much. But when we look at them and we look at their fixtures, they're going to be playing United. Sorry if I said this way. They're going to be playing Newcastle away. Okay, 3 days later at home they play against Brentford. Again, very important because Brentford are at 42 points. Newcastle are right behind them, challenging them for that spot. And then they're going to be 3 days after that, they're going to be playing at home versus Everton. And we know Everton are also fighting for their lives. Yes, they're not at the bottom. They're not in that relegation zone, but they're not far from it. So that is going to be a huge battle. Huge battle. And then going into that, they're going to be playing in Europa. All right. But this United, this Ten Hag, this season is critical for a top, and I would actually say top 3 finish. I think United would find it very disappointing to not be third. If they fall to 4th, I think they're gonna have some questions on why was Ten Hag outperformed, whichever manager outperformed them to get that 3rd spot. And then I think there would also be greater concerns and thoughts on why did the players allow themselves to be overtaken by Tottenham, and they're in shambles. Newcastle coming up early, a little early, I think premature. And then also Brighton looked to be in very good form, and then Brentford that have beaten some very strong teams. United, their fear, Ten Hag, scared of losing this top 3, is evident with this Rashford international injury. Red Devils goes, all that said, big up the channel, Vader. Keep the grind. Thank you, my friend. And I mean, we'll look to link up. Maybe I know there may be a collision between United and City with regards to the FA Cup. So stay tuned, man. We'll connect. Blue Heart goes, I never want to see players get injured. Me neither. I like us to beat other teams' strongest 11. That gives us more kudos when the inevitable City we're lucky gets shouted out. Blue Heart? Go ahead, Martin.
Do you think Rashford's injured?
No.
Do you think Haaland's injured?
I don't think Haaland is 100%, but I don't believe he's injured status.
I think this is why I wasn't that worried about the international break, because I kind of knew this was all coming.
Oh, wow.
Clubs and fans aren't stupid.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. If you look at all the pullouts so far, sorry, I'll reword that. Because I'm just Blue Heart's laughing his head off. Blue Heart's laughing his head off.
I know he is.
I know Blue Heart, and he's got one of them mans. If you look now, the amount of people who have left their international squads, Nick Pope's gone. Nick Pope's suddenly injured?
Yeah.
Really? Rashford injured, really? Haaland was walking around smiling away, signing autographs yesterday for a young girl. Didn't look injured at me.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand, he had this groin strain against Burnley. Did you see him on the 60th minute when he got taken off? If looks could kill to Pep, he was like, no, I'm continuing. But listen, I get it. It's FIFA's own stupid fault for putting these internationals where they've put them. You can't hit the business end of the season and expect everyone to suddenly all fly out again and play international football when we've just had a World Cup 2 months ago. It was never happening. And it's the only reason I know is Haaland has a physio with him from City and from Norway. So when he goes to Norway, it's the same physio inspecting him.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a slight groin tear there, mate. Oh, great. It's not tear, it's a strain. And then it comes out, yeah, it's not really that bad. Oh, in 2 weeks, he'll be fine. I bet he's running around against Liverpool. Put money on it now.
Yeah, we got to be, I hear you. We got to be precautionary. I mean, the medical staff traveling with him, they're constantly evaluating. I think how they manage him this season, the load management, everything about it has been perfect. It's been spot on. And I think, is it dire? Is it huge concerns? No. Is it he's not 100%? Yes. Will he be 100% after 2 weeks? I think yes as well. So we won't reveal too much of the secret sauce, the ingredients that kind of happens with regards to City, but to the citizens out there, Citizens Neighborhood Watch, those of you in the chat, don't stress too much with regards to Haaland. I think he's okay. I also wanted to point this up. Conway with a comment, goes, I need Rodri to fake an injury as well. You know what? Of all the players, I think I do worry about his volume of work because he's such an important player for us and internationally.
He's a cyborg.
Yeah, he's incredible. Blue Heart mentions, where is VAR when itchy Rashford pretends his injury? I like that. I like how you did that, Daniel. I hope every one of our players sits on the bench in this international break. That's wishful thinking. I would love the same, but I don't know, my friend. I wanna also make a point of stressing this. This international break is going to force, I think, some added creativity with regards to the channels, and I appreciate you guys being on this one today. It is a bonus. Was not planned. I am doing this week's Why Always Me. I believe we're at episode 75. So this week's Why Always Me. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that episode on Thursday. So please, I'm gonna do the thumbnail. When you see it, hit the notification button. FIFA's been first in the comments, and I've always been appreciated. It gives me a chuckle, it gives me a laugh every time I see it. So when I see that, I'm always appreciative. But look out for that video on Thursday, and then on top of that, let's also keep an eye on. We can be so laser focused with regards to what we have to do. Right? We're seeing Arsenal. We want to close that gap. We want to win this league, but at the same time, we can appreciate how competitive and how intense this league is. Today's show, I'm only focusing on this top three. And again, don't let any United fans come across like they're super confident, because they're not. They're worried. They're checking their rear view, they're checking their blind spots, and they're checking their side mirrors, because they know Tottenham, they know Newcastle, they know Liverpool, and Brighton, potentially Brentford, are coming through because they want those spots. It's going to be intense. But on future shows, I think there's a real conversation with regards to, again, the congestion. And it's not the most sexiest thing to talk about, but the relegation battle or race to not be in it. That's a congested one as well. I'm going to put this on screen real quick. Look at the 20th place. Oh, actually, it doesn't show up the way it's done, but I'm going to say it out loud for you. Southampton are 20th, Bournemouth are 19th, and West Ham are 18th. And the point difference is 1. Southampton has 23, Bournemouth, West Ham have 24, Leicester City at 17 have 24. And then, Leicester City have 25, my bad. And then Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leeds, Wolves, Crystal Palace, we're looking at 26, 27 points. It's so congested, and all of them are fighting for their lives. That's the part that we really need to think about. You really need to think about, because they're so close. And yes, they're not 20th, but the point gap is not that big that they're all fighting for their lives. Expect to get the best effort from every team within that mix. I'm gonna shout you out before I shut down, Martin. I know you said you're taking a kind of like an international break with regards to the show, but are you going to be featured anywhere this week? Oh,
as I'm aware. Oh man, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm on the Avengers show Thursday night for CityXtra. I'm on a Premier League review show I think it's called Black and White Baz, something like that. I'm on a Premier League review show tonight.
Okay.
Probably be on yours Thursday as well.
Nice.
And then Monday we're back on the Mancunian Way with a very, very special show.
Monday, Mancunian Way.
Mm-hmm. With a very special show. Around about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm just confirming it with the journalist that's coming on at the moment, who is a Manchester City fan.
Okay.
You are more than welcome, mate, to come on.
Thank you.
He's going to be. We're doing it live because if I do it recorded, I will go off on a rant, and nobody wants to hear a Martin rant. But we're going to put to bed some of these fake agendas that are out there. We're going to put to bed some of this. We're going to show some of this hypocrisy, this City agenda that is out there. And people go, it's salter. No salt. We'll be giving you straight facts. Straight facts.
That's what I like. That's what I like. We're going to do like...
From the no history. We've no history. We've no this. We've no that. We've no fans. Yeah, it will all come out.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So, sorry, can you remind them? Because in the chat they say, where are you live tonight? You're on someone's show tonight?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll stick it on my Twitter because I can't remember the name of the channel.
No worries. FIFA. So, yeah, just look out for Martin's tweet. He's going to let you guys know where he's going to be. And I also want to point out the fact that we know that there's a lot of poor takes. We know that there's a lot of agenda-driven points of view, whether they're former players, whether they're fans of said clubs. It's a damn shame when you can't take a step back and be objective. Because when pundits do present an objective point of view with regards to team performance or players, guess what that fan base do? They turn on that pundit. They turn on that pundit for kind of speaking facts within the moment or speaking with regards to what's being seen currently on that pitch or displayed by players. They turn on them. So,
you mean like Gary Neville? How United fans suddenly turned on him?
Exactly. So it's going to be great for you to be able to tune in to channels like this, like the Mancunian Way, like True City Fan, like Pitch Points, and also all of the other ones that are often in the description of my channel, for when you're able to get an objective point of view. We can all hear it now. And for some of you that may be young, you can see the platinums that are kind of coming through the beard. But for some of you that are young, you should be able to hear the agendas now. But don't get triggered by them. Just go to better sources of information. All right? That's kind of like my plea. Let me put this. Oh, let me see this. Blue Heart goes, is Emma Peel on the Avengers with you, Martin? Is Emma Peel on?
He's talking about a show years ago.
Well, okay.
I was on TV. By the way, you know the best thing, and I need to take heed of this. Do you know the best way to deal with the likes of Goldbridge? Do you know where it hurts them?
Where?
Don't watch.
Fair.
Don't click. Because trust me now, that's where it hurts him.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. His content isn't on my timeline. It's not something that I consume. If anything, I see it with regards to little clips that end up on Twitter, things of that nature. But for the most part,
TalkSport, I've jacked TalkSport in now. Since they started putting content creators on a national platform, because I don't agree with that, and that's nothing against Goldbridge. They did it with that Rory fella as well. I don't agree with content creators from YouTube or social media going on a national radio show because you are not objective. You are going in with a subjective mind straight away.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that.
Yeah. And you know what? At the same time, if they're gonna choose to talk on other teams, they need to be expected to get the fire back. And at the same time, as City fans, why would we want to hear from them with regards to City? Go and find a better source. All right. This was funny enough. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping my best to do this to be like a 30-minute. We talk about this and bounce. Citizens Neighborhood Watch. I hope that I can do more of this. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. We already have shows where we talk so specific with regards to City. If I can make this to be let's see what the neighbors across the street are doing, I'm gonna do that. So I hope all of you enjoyed it. Blue Heart, thank you for the comment. He goes, "That is the best beard on YouTube, Vader. If you don't mind me saying."
Whoa!
Hey, I'm not Blue Heart. He's a very accurate person.
No, I'm starting to think my beard's coming in a bit. Behave.
Yeah, fair enough. You need a little more time. But he also goes, I think you should dye it blue and white if we get the FA Cup final. If we get the FA Cup final, I should dye it, or when we win the FA Cup final?
Yeah, you see, same with you for the FA Cup final, dye it.
For the final.
Do a watch along for the final. That'd be amazing.
I want to. I'm not gonna lie. I want to do one for the. I really want to do one for the FA Cup final, and then I don't want to be superstitious, but if and when we win, then it'll be the last day of the league, and then. I gotta stop myself. You know what? I've also been telling. Funny enough, I was supposed to wrap up, but funny enough, guys, I've been doing this, trying to say, you know, Hamza, calm down, Martin, Trouble Father, calm down, and now I've got to do the same for myself. I would need to be thinking about the next match, which is Liverpool. That's what I should be focused on and thinking about. But sometimes,
tough game, tough game.
Huge game. And sometimes I get drawn, like many of us, I'm sure, when we start thinking about things past that. But this game against Liverpool is huge. So that's where all the energy needs to be. I'm gonna go to these last comments before I shut down. So Daniel goes, Goldbridge is a clown. He has no clue. I remember him doing a video last season when Chelsea was top of the league at the start. He said we are finished and won't win the league without a striker. Hey. That says it all. And you know how early that was when Chelsea was top of the league, Daniel? Like, we can all see it. Like, so, a lot of these things are said with so much early prediction, so much grandiose confidence that it really is for clicks. It really is for, let me get the rival to retweet, to save, to bookmark, so that they then interact with me again to tell me that I'm wrong. Right? It's a clever game. It's a clever game. Blue Heart goes, if we win it, defo. He goes, defo. All right. You know what? I will have to do some things prior to the committing to dye my beard, because I do a lot of video meetings. So if I can get away with doing video meetings with not necessarily having to be on screen, then I can commit to that. All right.
If we can't beat Sheffield United, we have got that. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean, no, I'm being serious. Our team should, we turn up, we will beat Sheffield United.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's nothing against Sheffield United. We have better players. I'm saying if we turn up.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. FIFA's asking me, why is Wembley so expensive?
Because it's a white elephant and they need to pay for it. And it's not so much the tickets. I mean, on average, I spend about £200-300 when I add in tickets, fuel, food, obviously other things that are down there. So it's a long day.
Yeah,
it adds up. And the trouble is, the semi-final tickets will be cheaper than the final tickets.
Yes. Yeah. Blue Heart. Blue Heart, I respect it because I know the friendship between you and Martin go back. But Blue Heart goes, Martin, you should grow a beard.
I'm growing one. Is he blind? Hang on a minute. Are you all saying I'm not growing a beard? Are you taking the mickey out of my beard?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just reading the comments. Blue Heart goes, Martin, you should grow a beard. He goes, I did it once. It looked like I had my head on upside down. Oh, he's on here. You see
What's this?
You see it. All right. Blue Heart. Let's see. Let me see what.
It's not bum fluff.
I think maybe because he's holding it to the Aussie standard. Maybe that's why he doesn't rate it as a beard just yet. Maybe
Aussie hasn't got a beard. I think Aussie's trying to do a bloody Merlin.
He's a man of wisdom.
I don't know what he's doing.
Blue Heart goes, just to get the hits of paint. Oh, my daughter would love to paint my beard. She would love it. It's funny when I have the game on, because sometimes I'll have it on my laptop, sometimes it'll be on the TV, depending on which content provider has it. But she's noticed that whenever she sees like Arsenal on, which we haven't played, but I had the game on, she's like, Arsenal, ugh. Like, it was so cute of a reaction from her. I'm so glad. They're gonna be first generation or second generation. They're gonna be second generation City fans. So I'm looking forward to that with them. All right, let me get to these comments, and I do need to shut down because I do need to.
He's been trying to end for 10 minutes.
But I love it. I love you guys in the comments. Conway goes, reading Goldbridge. Oh, regarding Goldbridge, the minute you give him a sum of reaction they've won, just ignore him. I'm with you. I hear you loud and clear on that one, Carson. FIFA goes, geez, I may not go then. I don't know. Yeah, FIFA may not go to the game based off of pricing, but like Martin said, the final is going to be a lot more expensive. So if you get a chance to see it,
you'll have a better chance of getting a ticket for the semi than what you will for the final. And that's not me going. It's just the final goes generally to season ticket holders because we only get 27,000, maybe a bit less. And there's 30,000 season ticket holders.
Okay.
So
Franklin Cap,
semi will.
True. Franklin Cap goes, didn't expect, brother, live today. New show. Yeah, new show. I'm just messing around with it. You know what? I love the interaction. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I had a topic, but the fact that I'm able to interact with you guys in the chat, Martin sharing some different points as well, and we're having a convo. We're talking about Wembley ticket prices and things of that nature. I can't get enough sometimes. Wembley is so expensive because it's another way to rip the fans off. Yeah, I mean, like Martin said, it's a white elephant. You got to pay for it. LOL. Vader's beard, goated. You know, I actually do have to trim it. It was a little longer. Not like Aussie, but I did have to trim it down.
More like Rich.
Oh, Blue Heart goes, that's not a beard, it's just whiskers. Oh, you know what? I'm not here for the violence, Blue Heart. No, we're gonna chill on that one before Martin goes.
Next time I see you at the Etihad, we're having words, sunshine.
I love it. You're clearly training your daughter the Mancunian way. Well done. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Charlie in the building, he goes, Holland is fine. It's just a precaution. Him leaving the Norway camp. Yep. We're just being calm, cool. We're gonna err on the side of how does the saying go? Err on the side of precaution is, I think, how
err on the side of caution. Yeah.
Err on the side of caution. Blue Heart. How long is Itchy Rashford out with his eyebrows injury? You know what? This guy, I really don't think he's injured like that. But I'm sure we'll learn more moving forward. And speedy recovery. I wanted to champion what was said earlier. I think it might have been Blue Heart, maybe it was Daniel, but I'm in total agreement with regards to how I want to win. All right, my my dedicated sport or background is athletics, and if you're going to compete, the most satisfying, I'm not lying to you, the most satisfying way to win and to be champion and to really be big chested and walk proud is when you've beaten the best. Sometimes cup competitions, depending on how the brackets were, you can avoid some strong teams. But there's no better feeling than when you face the best and you've won. Alphas beat other alphas. The law of the jungle, right? You got to be the alpha to have the pride, to have the camp. And the same way when
Oh,
it comes
sorry,
down to trophies.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
just.
What are you gonna say? Oh, I didn't. I don't. Maybe that wasn't meant for me. But I would just want to point out us having to go the tougher route. It's going to be so much more satisfying when we win. And I really am going to hit these comments real quick. We got.
Haaland's injury is down as a precaution, by the way, Beta.
It's been confirmed. We'll see some.
Classed
We'll
as
see that.
precaution, right?
Precautionary. I love it. I love it. And not a surprise. City's medical staff and how they've been working with him as well as others internationally has been amazing. Robel goes.
Oh, James Milner's getting a contract extension at Liverpool.
Woo! James Milner is. You know what? His leadership.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I need to shut up.
Martin's trying to extend the show. He is, and you know what?
I'm not. Martin sat on something that he's desperate to say, and I can't say anything.
So you know what? Let me do this. Rubble, I see you. Big up, guys. City fan from London, Ontario. Yo, my guy. All right. Please do what you got to do. Subscribe. I do a show twice a week at the very least. This is a bonus one. Citizens Neighborhood Watch. I hope to do more of it, and maybe have the same cadence. But I snuck away out of work. That's why I got this done. I'm closing in on the amount of time that I have to get back. Blue Heart Viking Erling is not injured. He's just sharpening his goal-scoring axe. I love that, and he's ready to continue to pillage this league. I'm with you on that one. Rubble goes, I hope one day Man City will come to Canada for a preseason. Yo, Rubble, 2015, I caught them at BMO Stadium or BMO Field. I caught them at BMO Field, and I kid you not, TV does not do it justice. Yaya Toure is a towering man. It was incredible, and the stockiness and quickness of Aguero was fantastic to watch. Yes, it was them against Toronto FC, but yeah, hopefully they do come to North America. I think they're due to come to North America again in 2 years because they were stateside last year, but I think in 2 years they might be coming this way.
Yeah, but we're going to Thailand and Japan this year.
Yeah. Ooh,
are you talking about the Vancouver Whitecaps game?
No, City played Toronto FC. I want to say it was 2015 is when I went and saw them.
It was under Pellegrini, wasn't it? It was under Pellegrini as well.
Yeah, it was Pellegrini, and I had good seats right behind the net, so I got to see them attacking the second half. Yeah, it was more exhibition than anything, but it was great to see them. Blue Heart goes, let's hope the gods of football injuries are asleep this international break. Yeah, let's hope everyone they're able to do their international duties, come back healthy, and then we crack on and battle things out. Blue Heart goes, another Canadian Maple Leaf joins the City family tree. Yep, we're out there, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's not great numbers, but it's also very noticeable when you go into like football out here, soccer venues, and you just see jerseys or you hear some of the conversations. They're lying to you when they say that City does not have a fan base. They're also lying to you when many of them say, I know I should be shutting this down, but they're also lying to you when they say, why would City be getting so many high value sponsorships or interest. These brands want to be associated with winning, and they also want to be associated, quote unquote, with trends, right? So it's not, don't take this as the wrong word with regards to trendy, because winning is trendy, but that's how many new fans get into the sport. And then they get to learn, and then they get to make their decisions. And the fact that City has been consistently winning, it's drawing in people that are maybe getting into the sport for the first time, and they're learning of the club, and they're learning of what's happening present day, and then they're doing the homework to learn of things of the past. No different than when United were at their heights, or Liverpool were at their heights, or Arsenal, right? Like, it's how new fans get into it. We're not talking about existing fans that have already claimed their team and now they're becoming City fans. That's not the case. These are like new young fans, like we were talking about earlier. My daughter being introduced at a young age, like, City's all that she knows. Blue Heart goes, Yaya was one of my favorite players. He just said silly things about the club while eating birthday cake. I hate how he exited, Blue Heart. I absolutely do. Yeah, he did it the wrong way, man. Charlie, the World Cup is coming to Canada, isn't it? Hopefully it will be covering that as my first full time in football meeting. Whoa, Charlie, that'd be huge. And if you are covering it, because there's going to be a stint of some games East Coast and West Coast, because it's going to be like a tri-country coverage, right? You're going to have Canada, US, and Mexico. But yeah, if you're doing that coverage and if you're going to be on the ground, that'd be amazing. I'm going to be doing my best to link up with Alan when he gets into to Toronto. So yeah, family tree, man. But I want to thank each and every one of you. This was amazing. Did not expect this at all. Was looking to maybe have a 15-30-minute combo. Martin, the legend that he is, bringing in some great insight. And again, I want to stress this. This league is far from over for many of us. And in particular, with what was being discussed today, Ten Hag, United, their fears of top four are real. Rashford injury points that out clearly. And hey, let's keep an eye not only on what we do, but what's happening within the league. Like I said, top four is going to be intense, and relegation window battle, that's going to be intense as well. You heard where Martin's going to be. Follow him on socials so you know when he lets you know where he's going to be. And thank you all for tuning into the show. Martin, thanks for being on here today. And I'm going to catch all of you next Thursday. Why Always Me, episode 75. And I'm out.
No worries, mate.
Thanks, man.